Hey guys, today I'm doing another one of my weekly roundups, and I have got my final offer slash interview from universities. I now have four offers and an interview, so I might be going to that, although I'm pretty sure I'm not even going to put it down as one of my two choices, so I'm debating whether it's worth it given that it's all the way in Essex and I'm in the West Country. Yeah, West Country, I was just like, is that right? Yeah, but that's still cool. It feels really amazing. I mean, there was a time in the when I got my AS results, I didn't think I was going to get into university at all, and now I have five offers. Well, four offers and an interview. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. But I've had a pretty busy week. Just programming loads, doing my school project sort of thing. Because I do computing A level, and part of that is doing a project where you have to like basically design some software to solve a problem, and mine is, well, it's based on logic circuits. You could like create logic circuits, and then it does lots of things with it. And the thing I didn't think would be particularly difficult, but has turned out to take up my entire week, like just programming at least a few hours every day, sometimes like five or six, is just turning that into truth tables. Just because I'm terrible with J tables and just a lot of complicated crap that probably shouldn't be as hard as I'm making it. Anyway, in terms of games, I haven't really done much this week. I've been mainly programming, but I did just get Call of Duty World at War on the old PC because I wanted to replay it because it is my favorite Call of Duty. Because the new ones are like, some of them are alright, bits of them are kind of fun, most of them are a bit eh. But yeah, my favorite one was Call of Duty World at War. I love the story, I love just the gameplay, I love the zombies. I played the online a tiny bit, but that's not what it was about. It was an actual game, and it's just a bit of fun. Yeah, and I've been playing more Far Cry, of course, because, well, it's still a brilliant looking game. But still can't wait to get my new graphics card so it looks even better. And on to the news. Apparently GTA 5 has been banned from some Australian stores. Basically, some people were, like, I don't know, I guess women were, I think it was actually sex industry workers were like, well, it's all offensive to prostitutes because you can beat them up. You can also beat up guys. They haven't been complaining, they've just been playing it. So, there's always going to be violent games, and the thing is, you're not killing people, you're killing ones and zeros, and if that, puts people inside rather than outside, killing people, that's probably better. And when stuff goes wrong and, like, people, like, play a game loads and then kill someone, they're not, like, normal people. Then they play the game, and then they just, like, yeah, this seems fun, let's go murder people. They usually have something wrong with them and probably someone should have maybe noticed. Not that it's obvious, and I don't really want to get into that, but it's really just the game's fault. Basically, no one's ever. It's not like I'm ever going to play Manhunt and be like, you know what, let's make some good points. I'm going to go murder some people. But anyway, we'll just push that aside because a new Assassin's Creed has been leaked. Because the last one came out maybe 2 weeks ago, and this isn't Rogue, the one that's already earmarked for coming out. I think this year. It's just the next year's one. It's like, well, better start advertising this. It's called Assassin's Creed Victory, and it's based in London, in like oldie times. Obviously, it's not just like modern Assassin's Creed, just running around mugging people. But yeah, it looks probably just like an Assassin's Creed. I'm kind of excited for it. It looks nice from the one picture I saw. But yeah, it'll probably be just as broken as. Actually, no, it won't be because they're not going to make that same mistake again. And they have said that their main, goal right now is to fix Unity because obviously they can't just have a broken game. Anyway, more Lizard Squad news. If you remember a while back, Lizard Squad, this group of hackers, broke I think they were just like they were DDoSing things basically, which just means you get a bunch of servers to send a ridiculous amount of requests to something, and it breaks their server, and there's something you can do to stop that. And I've forgotten what they were DDoSing originally, but recently they've been attacking Xbox, and they've just been making a lot of stupid requests, and they probably didn't even do it. They just seem to claim a bunch of crashes that obviously weren't them. They were like, oh yeah, we did that, and it's just like, nah, it's probably just a server thing. It probably wasn't you. Because, yeah, Lizard Squad, so manly. Anyway, in terms of actual real hacking, there isn't a bunch of children who found out what a server is. Sony was hacked. So Xbox, Sony, there's no fanboyage. Everyone gets hacked. Yeah, Sony has been actually, like, someone actually, hacked into Sony. Not just the games, they like, hacked into some, actual files and released a bunch of just, like, a bunch of stuff, like just like loads of like things, just a list of files, and it looks like there's a lot of planned files and some stuff that was actually torrented movies from other franchises, and it was just, you should probably look it up. It's just interesting, but pretty bad. I mean, it's pretty awful that you can't keep your stuff safe these days. Although that is the nature of computers, because the people who build them are probably like, well, I'll just put a little loophole here. It's like, oh, and then I can take it, because And the final bit of news, the final bit of gaming and tech news is obviously the biggest bit. PewDiePie is on South Park, or it's going to be in South Park, or referenced in South Park. Basically, there was some kind of trailer, and it started off, and I think Cartman was using the kind of the PewDiePie setup, the little mic, and he started off going, Cartman! Like PewDiePie does, the PewDiePie! Yeah, I don't really, it's annoying, actually. Don't hate PewDiePie, don't particularly like PewDiePie, don't really feel much about PewDiePie. Some of his videos are alright, some of them are a bit annoying. His constant screaming's a little annoying. But it still makes you happy, and he's obviously good enough to be the biggest YouTuber in the world, so, I think it'd be fun to see him in South Park. I mean, they'll probably, take the piss out of him a bit, which is good, because people are like that. And on to science. Orion had its test flight, I think Friday. It was the first test flight of Orion. It was supposed to be on Thursday, but it got scrubbed because there was a valve problem in the Delta IV Heavy, but that's, got cleared up. And on Friday, it launched successfully into just the perfect orbit, and then came back. I think it was just all nominal. I know the fairing separation was just nominal, and there were some problems with the avionics when they passed through the Van Allen belt radiation. There was a few of the systems reset, but they expected that, and it dealt with it fine. And then re-entry was fine, splashdown was fine, although when they did splashdown, it didn't, I forgot what they're called, the kind of, the big red balloon-like things it ejects on the top, only 2 of them came out. So there were a few little problems, but it all seemed pretty good. And I managed to catch it in school. Basically, I was doing some work on my project, because that's all I did this week, basically. And it was on a thin client computer, which basically means it's just a screen that links to a server, so everything is done by the server. So it's like back and forth, really slow. So I watched it at about 4 frames a second on half a screen, while my other half, a tiny little screen, half a screen, while my other half was just programming, and it was like awful, but it was just, I was still really awestruck and just so happy just to see that go up. And it will be for about 3 years before another test flight, but that will be on the Space Launch System. And I think that will be amazing. And it'll fly by the moon. And it was just, and there are some of the pictures it got. I think it got a few pictures from the window, which were amazing, and one of high above Earth, which, that was just some incredible shots. I'm really blown away by the mission. It was I've been looking forward to this for about a year. I've been, hyped, at the top level of hype for about a year. And the Delta IV Heavy performed wonderfully, and it was very, very nice rocket, very big rocket, just very cool. I was just, I haven't shut up about it for a week, so my girlfriend hates me, or hates Orion, I don't know. But anyway, and in terms of my channel, the only real new thing was the Orion video I did. If you haven't seen that, do go check it out if you have about 6 minutes, because it's just a little cinematic I did with some nice music. It's not amazingly put together, and I did throw it together in a few hours. Well, actually, I did some recording one day, spent about 3 hours editing it the other day. So it's not perfect, it's not particularly polished. It's nothing like Nassau would do, who's the really amazing cinematic, but I think it's alright. It's nice, it has some nice music, it has some cool shots. It does have some very cool shots, if I say so myself. So yeah, go check that out. If you haven't seen it already, or watch it again, because the music's nice. Yeah, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been my weekly roundup. I will see you next time.